Now we'll talk about search and replace. Search and replace in VI is a little bit more complicated. Search and replace in VI uses a colon command, :s. The way that you specify a search and replace is you type :s, a slash, the old string that you're looking for, another slash, the new string that you want to replace it with, and then a final slash to end the command. Then you enter return to execute it. That command, :s/old/new/, replaces the first occurrence of the string old on the current line with new. If you want to replace all occurrences of old with new on the current line, you append a G after the closing slash, :s/old/new/G. If you want to make that search and replace on every line of the file, you put a % sign between the colon and the S, :s/old/new/. That replaces the first occurrence of old with new on every line of the file. You can combine both of those options. :s/old/new/G replaces every occurrence of old with new on every line of the file. Now here's a few notes about this. The slash that we've used here to delimit the old and new strings can actually be any character. It's easiest to use a character that doesn't occur in either the old or the new string. I often will use a vertical bar or a semicolon. The reason I use slash in the examples is for familiarity, because the slash indicates a regular search. The old string in this command is actually a regular expression, while the new string is generally just a string, not a regular expression. But there are a couple of exceptions. The first exception is that within the new string, if you use an ampersand character, that is replaced with the text that was found matching the old regular expression. You can also use groups within the old string, which are delimited by that \paren that we saw earlier. If you use a \n, where n is any number, in the replacement text, the new text, it will be replaced by whatever was matched by the nth group in the search text. That's a little bit complicated. I'll give you some examples in a moment. So we'll use our Duke of York example. If we want to replace the 10,000 men with 7,000 men, I can go, J, down to the line that contains the 10,000 men and do :s/10/7. And here it replaced the 10 with the 7. If I want to replace, say, THE with its uppercase equivalent, JJJ, then I can do :s/THE/all caps THE. If I did not add the G modifier, it would only replace the first the in the line. I'll add a G modifier and it'll replace every the in the current line, as you see here. I'll hit U to undo that change. If I want to replace lowercase THE with its uppercase equivalent throughout the file, I can do %s, lowercase the to uppercase the. And as you see, that replaces the first THE in every line with its uppercase equivalent. But you see there are a couple of instances where there's more than one THE on the line and it did not replace it. U to undo. If I do %, meaning every line, S, lowercase THE with uppercase THE, and then add the G flag to make it global, you'll see it replaces every the on every line with its uppercase equivalent. U to undo. You don't have to use a slash as the delimiter. For example, I could say %s, meaning on every line, use a semicolon, replace THE, semicolon, with its uppercase equivalent, semicolon, and then the G. In this case, I'm using the semicolon instead of the slash, which is something that you might do if either the new or the old string contained a slash. And you can see that's how that works. You can use meta characters in the replacement string, U. For example, suppose on every line of the file, I wanted to look for a THE followed by a Y or an M. In the replacement string, I can use an ampersand to mean the thing that was just found. So what I'm going to put in is I'm going to put in a parenthesis, the thing I just found, and a closing parenthesis. And then I'll add that G flag to apply it to every occurrence on the line. So what this is going to do is it's going to look for a THE followed by a Y or an M and replace whatever it found with that same thing in parentheses. So here you'll see it found every they and every them in the file and replaced it with the equivalent text in parentheses. U. Finally, I'll show you an example of grouping. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use grouping to exchange the words they were to were they. And here's how we do it. Colon, that puts us into colon mode. %s, meaning perform a substitution on every line of the file. Slash indicates the thing that we're looking for. \paren begins the first group. They. \paren ends the group. Space. \paren were. \paren slash. So what we're looking for is we're looking for the string they space were, but we're using grouping such that they is one group and were was another. We replace this string with \2, meaning the second thing that we found, \1, meaning the first thing that we found. When we perform this search, we'll find they followed by were and replace it with were followed by they. In reality, you would probably use regular expressions instead of the literal strings they and were, but I hope this demonstrates how this feature is used.